Really question the sense of I. Questioner.
I received Bob Adamson's book and first CD approximately 2 weeks ago. I was familiar with the terms used, so I listened to the CD immediately and started the book as well. Bob's direct approach is very effective. He has a way of being very blunt and to the point. He cuts to the core very quickly and effectively. Very few words are wasted. It is really refreshing and helpful to hear someone actually speak about non-duality and the natural state rather than just reading about it. As you may well be aware, there are not any teachers or non-dual gatherings in this area. South Dakota is America's outback. I am reading the book and listening to the CD whenever I have the chance. I feel my understanding has been there for 4 to 5 months, but what remains to be done, for lack of a better way of putting it, is the total dropping of the I. Somehow the I is hanging in there by a thread, in my opinion, and still wants to be in charge. However, this is not a strong feeling anymore due to frequent investigation and looking for the I. Also, your article All Problems Are for the I is very good and has been helpful. The sense of I just seems to be lingering in the background. I have found that continually coming back to presence awareness is surprisingly effective. It keeps me within, here and now, where I should be. Intuition tells me that I just need to stick to it, and eventually it will dawn on me, and there will be an understanding. This is not an anxious sort of sticking with it, but an effortless effort of coming back to presence awareness and investigation of the I.
It looks like you are experiencing Bob's unique and powerful style, for lack of a better way of saying it. I can appreciate that. That was exactly my position on all this as well. I found his website, and something resonated. Then I went to the book, and the experience continued and deepened. Then I got the CDs and listened to them often. I also reread the book at intervals. It was all just a reminder, a pointing back to that which is ever present. You are right to see that this is not an anxious endeavor. It is just being drawn into the clarity, naturally and effortlessly. I found no more clear pointers in my search than Bob's materials. I also began communicating with one of his students by email. Things continued to shift and I knew I was really onto something. And so are you, so just stay with the unfolding. Whatever is to happen, happens. Now that you have a taste of your true nature as presence awareness, there is a natural drawing to the clarity, and the contrary ideas get exposed. Whatever you need for that to happen, will happen. For you have never been running the show anyway. The deeper intelligence within will have its way with the imagined you that you may sometimes think you are. So let's get down to this issue of the separate I point blank. There isn't one. It is a fiction. There has never been any such thing. It is a subtle trap, if you can say that there is something to drop. That presupposes that it is there and needs to be dropped. There is only an assumption that the I is there. You already have a sense, through investigation, that the I is not. So do not let it in the back door by thinking you have to drop it, and that it is still hanging by a thread. That is too much drama. If you see these types of thoughts coming up, do not believe them. Use them as an opportunity to investigate. If you catch yourself saying something like, "The I is hanging by a thread," or even, "I need to stick with it," or whatever, really look at that. What is the I that is hanging by a thread? Who needs to stick with anything? That is I. What is this supposed I? Can you find it? Am I an imagined I? Or am I the present awareness, which is already here, complete, and needing nothing? Am I really a separate I? And if so, where is this thing? You are actually completely free now. There is nothing to drop, nothing to wait for. It is only the unexamined beliefs that give the appearance that something is wrong. But what is wrong if you don't think those thoughts? They are only assumptions. They are not true. Like I say, even if the thought, "I am not there yet," appears, what is that appearing in or on? Isn't it the awareness? So the idea is false. You can be totally free now. You are totally free now. The teacher will ruthlessly throw you back on this point, again and again. Do not imagine it takes time. It does not. All time is useless delay. You will never attain any deeper understanding in the future than what is present and fully here now. I think you are about as close to this as you can be without falling completely into it. The last little push I can give you is that there is nowhere to go, nothing to do, and nothing to get. You are already where you need to be. All else is imagination, and even that does not move you from your real being. There is no one who needs to have the final understanding, because that one who needs the final understanding is not there. The last illusion is that there is someone there who needs to be free or get it. Right here, right now, there is a clear, luminous center of pure being awareness at your core, which makes all thought, perception, and feeling possible. Everything arises and sets within that. You are that now. See that. Be that. Let that resonate.